Headsets in, earphones in. As soon as it comes up, we're connected on both of them. We're rolling. Okay, YouTube's up. We're ready. We're hot. Here we go. We're gonna roll the intro music. And we'll say hello, play the national anthem, then I'm coming to you.
Sounds good.
And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live as we are on the road we are today. We are here, and you are there. Should be. Nope. You know why they're not hearing me? But in my haste to get going, I need to plug in what they can hear me on. So watch this. It'll be really good. Amazing. Yep, there it is. When you plug it in, it works every time. Anyway, good morning to you. We are live here again at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton Buffet for $10.99. Ready to go. Again, we've got the ladies in there from the cosmetology class from TCAT over here having lunch with us today, the buffet. Jacob's here from David College. He's going to join us coming up in a few minutes. Eddie Morrell, our wrestling coach, is here. We got the John Clark Classic coming up this weekend. We're going to stream it. We're all excited about that. We're going to, I don't know if it's called wrestling or wrestling. Now, being from West Virginia, I guess it's wrestling. He doesn't really care. He just wants the exposure and the publicity that they deserve, and that's what we're going to give them. So we'll talk about that. Let's get the national anthem in it real quick, and we'll come right back, and we'll start with Coach Morrell. We're here again at Pizza Inn with the buffet today, and every day it's $10.99 for lunch. The evening buffet is $11.99. Eric's going to be by to join us. It's our brand-new sponsor. We're very excited to have these folks on board. National anthem, who might we get? You know, we've not had her on for a while. She can bring it down. Here's Loretta Bowers with the national anthem on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here again at Pizza Inn with the buffet. It's $10.99 again here in Elizabeth, and they sell them like hotcakes. And of course, they got 18 pizzas on the bar. Got the salad, got the Alfredo, you've got the spaghetti, you got the rotini noodles, you've got the salad on the other end of the bar, and you've got the fruit and the pudding. So you got all that. Hello, Maggie Browning. How you doing? Birthdays today. Hall of Famer A.J. Foyt having a birthday. He's 90. One of the all-time greats. I was listening to him last night. Didn't know today was his birthday. Ronnie Millsap having a birthday, 82 today. Cranks it out. He can, what is it, 30, I have to look it up. I think it's 30 or 35 number one country music songs. Ronnie Millsap, 82 today. And also having a birthday, Big Albert Pujols, one of the all-time greats in Major League Baseball. Certainly, I would think, a future Hall of Famer, 45 today. We're joined by Coach. Let's see, we got you. We do. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. Doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
Thank you for asking.
Thanks for coming, sir. Appreciate you coming over here very much. So,
Absolutely.
Yep. So we got wrestling coming up this weekend. You're wrestling tonight, first off, right?
We are wrestling tonight. We're wrestling at Morristown East, and it's our turn to bring the buffet. We're bringing a buffet of ice-cold water and despair is what we're bringing. We've got Morristown East, Morristown West, and Northview Academy, and been looking forward to this match for a good portion of the year. There's a long story that goes back to this rivalry, but the Northview Academy coach had the misfortune of wrestling Justin Fair for the state championship in 1989, I believe it was. And ever since then, he's held a little bit of a grudge. We've played it all friendly and stuff, but he hasn't beat me on the mat yet, and he ain't going to tonight.
Not going to tonight either, is
No,
he?
sir.
No.
No, sir.
What is our team? After we did the interview the other day, somebody texted me and said, "What's our team record?" I said, "I have no clue."
Our team record right now is we're through 24 dual meets right now. We're at 14-10.
14-10.
Yep.
I love it.
This is the winningest record since the 2019 season, and that was with Hunter Morrell, Deuce Morton, Joseph Kechter.
We didn't talk about this. We're going to talk about John Clark in a second, but high school wrestling, is it on the upswing? Is it leveled off? Is it in a swoon? Where do you think it is right now?
Well, right now it is on the upswing. Participation numbers are up about 7% from last year, and it's up over 20% in the female division. Now, I don't know if you saw yesterday, but it was reported yesterday, and it was ratified the day before. The NCAA has approved to move women's wrestling from a provisional sport to a full-time sport.
Really?
So, yeah, we've just opened up scholarships across all NCAA division schools for these women to go wrestle.
That is awesome. So, and there's scholarship dollars out there. Folks don't realize there's a lot of money sometimes left on the table, right?
The most unused scholarships in college are golf, bowling, and women's wrestling.
Say that again. It's a great stat.
The most unused scholarships in sports are golf, bowling, and women's wrestling.
Golf, bowling, and women's wrestling.
Yes.
Unused scholarship dollars. Remember that, moms and dads, grandmas and granddads.
Put a club in their hand and mat shoes on their feet. Send them to school.
That's it. That's it. So it's interesting. I knew that there's a lot of dollars out there that goes untapped for wrestling. And so in the state of Tennessee, who is the perennial collegiate Tennessee wrestling teams?
Well, that would be UT Chattanooga.
UT Chattanooga?
UT Chattanooga is a Division I program. They've been ranked as high as 22 in the last 10 years, and they are also the host to the Southern Scuffle, which is the biggest New Year's Day tournament in the Southeast. They routinely draw teams down there. The Army comes down there. Penn State's been there a couple of times. They routinely draw Oklahoma State. There's good, solid wrestling down there. They've done a great job. Coach Heath Esslinger was there for a long time. Their current coach is doing a great job. I have several friends that wrestled and coached there. Good, solid program.
King locally, do they have a swim? Not a swim.
King has
wrestling?
a men's team, and they're also on the rise. King just went D3. Is that right?
Yep.
So they're growing through that. The good thing about the King men's program is that they recruit a whole lot of local talent. The Morissette, one of the Morissette brothers from Kingsport, I believe it was Clint, is wrestling there. Brendan Watkins from Kingsport is wrestling there. Some of the wrestlers from Sullivan East are wrestling there. They look local to bring these kids in, and you always want to kind of look local. That brings people in. That brings a sense of family. So they're doing a great job there.
Puts fannies in the seats. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Shannon Angel, Shannon Shepherd Angel. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you bunches. We're here live at the Pizza Inn in Elizabeth, and right here on the main drag. This is Elk Avenue, is it not? I get it mixed up all the time. That's not Broad Street. It's Elk Avenue, right?
That's Elk Avenue.
Yeah, it's Elk Avenue. It's where we are.
It is today.
It is today. Right off of Elk, $10.99 with a buffet, all you can eat. And there's a lot of good stuff out there. Brian Hartzick says, great job with that wrestling program, Coach. There you go.
Zook's a good man. He's a good man. They've always been strong supporters. They have family ties generations back to the program. Couldn't ask for more supportive or stronger proponents of the program.
Saturday, we're going to stream it. The John Clark Classic. Of course, for folks out there who don't know, tell us who Coach Clark was.
Well, John Clark was the founder of the wrestling program at Elizabethton High School. He started the program at Tennessee High in 1972. And 72 and 73, He was at Tennessee High, left Tennessee High, and handed that program to Herky Johnson, who coached it for the following 20 years. Clark came to Elizabethton at the 73-74 season. When he got here, they actually had to wrestle on the stage at T.A. Duggar Junior High with canvas mats. When this school was finished in 74, that's when we got our first real Resolite official wrestling mat, and we wrestled in what was the auxiliary gym. That was 74. That would have made me 8 years old. That would have been the first time that I actually set foot on that mat, and have been in that room in one form or capacity ever since.
Yep. Love it. Hello, Jacob Phillips. How you doing? So the John Clark Classic is the event we do when it's the Elizabethton-sponsored all-day wrestling tournament. It's round robin. So who's coming on Saturday? And tell us how we're going to do this.
If you haven't had your monthly share of violence, you need to be in the AL John Treadway Gymnasium on Saturday. We are bringing the back-to-back North Carolina small school state champions, Avery County, North Carolina. We're bringing Holston, Virginia, and you know how them Southwest Virginia boys are. You know, they're 14. They got cars, mortgages, stuff to do. So, they're full-grown men there. Tennessee High, who's having an outstanding season, also coming. Our friends, the Green Team from down the way, are coming. And let's see, who else am I getting here? West Green, Volunteer, Cott County. Providence Academy, who just started a new team, so we're really glad to have them. And West Ridge, one of our big school counterparts, Sullivan East, Chucky Doak will be here as well. 12 teams vying for the top 3 spots. It's going to be a day, son. You don't want to miss it.
So how many weight classes are there?
There are 14 weight classes.
You have 14 winners, runner-ups, and third places with hardware to pass out.
Yep.
It's a big deal. The weather's going to be good. I know it's supposed to get a little iffy on Sunday, but Saturday's going to be. You need to come and get a chance. This is not what you see on TV. This is not Hulk Hogan and Sting and all those whoever those other guys are. That's not what this is. This is real. No place to go. Out on the mat. What? 3-minute rounds?
2 minutes.
2 minute rounds.
Three 2-minute rounds. So 6 minutes.
6 minutes. 3 2-minute rounds. It is excruciatingly painful. If you get out there and get in the bind and get way behind, willing to make a deal, as they say, the song. But it's you're out there, there's no place to go. It's you versus him, or in this case, her versus Herb. So it's really good. We're going to stream it, video and audio. Tucker Taylor's going to run the camera for us for a while. So we're going to bring that to you on Saturday. It starts at...
it's going to start around 9:30. We're going to weigh in at 8 o'clock, have our coaches meeting right afterwards, and then we're going to get straight to wrestling.
Yep. So Coach will be there. He's going to kind of kick it off for us. And we're going to let him get out of the way and be the tournament director. Mr. Morton's going to be around, is he not?
Mr. Morton is going to be around. We're going to see a lot more of the shining face of Deuce Morton.
Yeah.
We had a little lunch together yesterday and talked about life, wrestling, and things philosophical. And he's going to spend a little bit more time around our kids. Greatness rubs off.
Yeah.
Greatness rubs off.
Amen.
And when you've got a young man of that caliber, that attitude, you'd be an absolute fool not to involve him.
3-time state champ Deuce Morton will be in the house, and we'll have him on the show, on the broadcast. So we're very excited about that. So it all starts at 9:30. Tickets cost to get in?
$10.
$10. All day wrestling.
$10 for a whole day of beatings. You can't beat it.
Yep. Season's beatings, what you call it, right?
Season's beatings.
There'll be a concession stand?
There will be a concession stand, full concession stand.
There you go.
Really, if you haven't seen an event like this, you really need to witness it in person. It'll sweep you up. I have never seen a person that has regretted coming to an event like this.
No, once you come watch it, it's kind of like I talk about when I do volleyball. I didn't know anything about volleyball. First time I went and saw it, I got hooked. First time I did a swim meet last year with Kelly Broussard, I got hooked. First time I did wrestling with this gentleman, 3 or 4 years ago. We had a scheduling snag last year, which was my fault. So we missed that one, but we did the 2 or 3 previous. So how long has Trent been out of here? Deuce been gone. They've been 2 or 3 years?
It's been 3.
Yeah, so been around 3 or 4 years doing this, and the first time I did it, I thought, wow, this is impressive, because it's just brute force, a lot of technique, a lot of physicality. You got to know what you're doing out there, because you'll get pinned real quick. So it's certainly worth watching. You'll get a chance. You have a front row seat. We'll zoom in on those mats, especially when the Cyclones are out there on the mats, primarily when the Cyclones are out there on the mats. And so we'll get a chance to do that. We'll showcase some of the others, but we're here primarily for the Cyclones. Hello, Randy Pheasant. Hello to Brian Fleener. Thank you all for watching. So coming up Saturday morning, we'll start right around 9 o'clock. We'll stream it from John Treadway Gymnasium. If you don't have anything to do, come out and watch it. It's one thing to see it on the screen like we're doing. It's a whole other thing to be there in person, isn't it?
Oh, it absolutely is. Again, it's just one of those events that just really it sucks you in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get personally involved with what's going on in front of you, and it's not just a matter of cheering for home team, cheering for away team. It's a matter of being involved with what's going on in front of you and watching the human drama unfold. This isn't I can say this because I coach multiple sports. Okay, this isn't just a block and a pad and an off. This isn't just a run around the ball and shoot to goal. This is two people that have met an immovable wall between them, trying to come forward victorious.
There you go.
This sport, if you've never seen it, it's a game of 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's this 6 inches here that controls the human function.
Yeah.
And if you control that 6 inches and you make that 6 inches a painful place for your opponent to be, then you're 2/3 of the way to victory.
You got it. It's going to be good, folks. Going to be good. Starts at 9:30 on Saturday. The John Clock Classic in honor of our late great coach John Clock. And again, we'll be here in the Cyclones. And total number of teams?
12.
12. The Cyclones and 11 other teams in the house. 3 mats going at once. And so it's like the Ringling Brothers 3-ring circus.
Oh, the Dirty Dozen's going to be buzzing, son. You're going to have to come see it. You're going to have to come see it.
Looking forward to it. Get you some lunch, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Love this man right here. We are
Marshall.
We're big Marshall guys. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. He's here. Jacob's in the house, and we got a lot of sports to talk about. It's ramping up the Cowboys' head coaching job. Jason Witten's not out of this. He's not out of the hunt yet. Jerry Jones says, I'm very adamant. I would like to see Jason Witten be in our coaching staff in one way, shape, or form, which is very hello, Walker Webb Jr. How you doing, sir? That's a great compliment to Jason Witten, obviously. So
Walker Webb, you were sick for our last try meet, man. I missed you.
There you go. Coach is calling him out. Quick break. Right back after this. We'll talk a little real estate. I'm getting a lot of sports. Brendan Sweeney joins us a little bit later on. Eric Wilson joins us a little bit later on from right here at where we are at Pizza Inn, where the buffet's at $10.99 right here in the sunroom, and she's filling up, and I love it. Back after this on the Tom Daly Sports Show. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton, great antique store. Why come shop at the Eagle Center?
We just have so many unique things that tell a story, that add character to your home and conversation, and there's something new to look at every single day. Every time you come in, you won't see the same thing twice, and it's just a good place to shop for those unique gifts.
What's the saying you always use, the cliche?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
That's it.
We have a building full of things that are just dying to tell stories.
Absolutely. 2 floors, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
Closed on Sundays for the Lord's Day.
That's right.
And you have gift cards too, right?
We have gift cards available.
Yep. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Be loyal, buy local, and shop at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Thank you, Tom.
Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit T-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, again, show number 2218. We're live here at Pizza Inn. What'd you have? by the way. Did you have? You got lunch
Oh, yeah,
there?
of course. You can't come to Pizza and not eat something.
What'd you get, sir?
Oh, I got pepperoni pizza. I'm an old school guy like that.
Yeah.
A little bit of spaghetti. So we're
Sketty.
good.
Sketty's good for you.
Yes, sir.
Carbs. I love it.
Amen.
Sketty's good. My little brother couldn't talk plain when he was a kid. He'd say, I want some more Sketty. He's like,
More sketty,
it's
please.
spaghetti, you goofball. But Sketty. Anyway, it's good stuff. Pizza Inn, $10.99 for the buffet. Of course, you come be on a guest on the show. You eat for free, and we love it. We appreciate Eric Wilson doing that for our guests. So he is with David Collins. David's in North Carolina working up another auction of sorts or listing properties.
Probably getting some stuff over there to bring over for our auction company. So,
So,
yep.
so you've got listings. The company's got listings. We're going to run them through real quick, and we've got a lot of sports to cover. Hello to, I want to say to Linda Jenkins. Hello to Coach Brian Jenkins. Hello to Heather Marie. Hello to Sean Davis. Hello to Brenda Hubbard. Hello to J.D. Broom and Ernest Mills. There you go. So got some listings. Let's talk about them. I'll hold them up. I'll be your Vanna. This one, let's start with this one. This one's on Carissa Court in Telford, Tennessee.
Beautiful home out in Telford. I think it's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. So that's the listing that Ashley's brought to us. It's a great property. And again, if you want to see a property or think about listing or selling, just give us a call. Any of us can help you, and we execute. That's what we do. So
I'm not sure I introduced you. Your last name is?
Force, Force.
May the force be with you.
That's
There you
right.
go. That's good stuff. All right. So
Next one.
Telford. So they're based in Elizabethton. Obviously, they don't stay in Elizabethton. They go everywhere.
Go everywhere. Yep.
This one's on Walker Street here in Betsy for $279. That one, by the way, is $674.9.
$674.9. This is in Walker Street in Elizabethton. This is in the East Side community. That is a new construction, so that's a brand new build. No one's ever lived in that house before. It's got a garage, beautiful home, vinyl flooring, easy cleanup, great place.
Now, go to the web. You're not going. This camera's not doing it justice. Go to collinsandcompany.info, and all these listings are there. Collinsandcompany.info to see everything we're showing you. So, because face it, the computer camera's not going to do these homes justice. This next one is listing is on Siam Road in Betsy. Tell us about this one.
2099. Looks like that one's been remodeled on the inside. Also has a detached garage. Great property as well. Cheap, 2099 for this area. If you look at our median sales price is around $220 right now for a 3-bedroom.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, Walker Webb, hello to you, sir. We'll get the next listing. Let's see. All right, hit this one here. This is Elizabethton on Broad Street.
Yeah, this is on the Broad Street extension. This is one of Libby's listings. This is right next to the river's right across the road, so if you enjoy fishing, anything like that, it's right there. Big house, great community right there.
That goes for $435.
$435.
Check it out at collinsandcompany.info. Now, if they see this, someone says, hey, I want to get a walkthrough, you can do it pretty quick, can't you?
Oh, yeah. You call us at the office, or you can reach out to any of us directly, and we'll get that scheduled up for you. Usually everything's same day as far as showings go.
Here's property in Butler, Tennessee on Atwood Road. Tell us about this one.
Yep, nice big property out there on Atwood, priced at $64.9, affordable, blank canvas for you to build whatever you want to on it.
Collins and Company, by the way, is one of our sponsors. That's why they're here promoting the real estate. We appreciate David very much and Jacob. Force. May the force be with you. I love that. Do you use that as I hope you use that.
Actually, one of the domain names I own is usetheforcerealtor.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
You should use it. You should work it. Here's one in Piney Flats on Mountain View Circus. We got them in Telford, got them in Elizabethton, Butler, and here's one in Piney Flats.
Fingerprints are everywhere. That one's almost a half-acre lot there in Piney. Already has a perk test done on it, ready to be built on.
There you go. So these are some of the listings. Then we got some auctions to take a look at. In fact, you've got one coming up here in a minute we'll talk about.
Yeah, sure do. We got some auctions that's happening. This one is an estate auction that we got going on. Bunch of different items in there.
Okay, that one starts on the 27th.
Yeah,
Okay.
it starts on the 27th. We got one going on that started on Monday. That's or on the 20th. That's our sportsman auction.
That one's coming up. Okay.
That one's coming up.
This one's going on now.
This one's going on now. This one is another estate auction. It's got tools, got equipment, kayaks, toolboxes, saddles, whatever you could possibly want.
Let's see what we got here. We've got in this auction to go to Collins and Company. By the way, all the bids start at $1 a bid. You can't beat that. A John Deere plow, a finish mower, a disc, a scraper blade, 2 farm trailers, a utility trailer, a Honda 4-wheeler, a Ford 3000 diesel tractor. Let's see, for outdoor activities, you got a flat bottom fishing boat, a couple of hunting stands, an extensive selection of fishing gear. Tool enthusiasts will appreciate the vast array of hand tools, power tools, toolboxes, and ladders. Building materials, concrete blocks, a large selection of quality lumber. It goes on and on and on. And so you want to check it out. I got some NASCAR memorabilia. This one's going on through the 28th. It's an online estate auction. Tractors, tools, and collectibles, the estate of Hugh McKay. And again, go to collinsandcompany.info for that one. All right?
This is another auction that we got going on. This is coins, dollars, different things like that. So if you're into silver and gold, it's a great auction for you. We got a ton of stuff in that one as well.
Yep, let's read off some of these that he's listed, which is really good. I like how she does this. She does it, or who does this? I guess it's Tracy.
Tracy.
All right, American Gold Eagle coins, silver bullion bricks, Morgan silver dollar collections, an array of gold and silver coins. Also, red letter $2 bills, along with uncut $2 bills. It goes on and on and on. So, historic Morgan silver dollars, coin sets, regional banknotes from Johnson City, Richmond, Virginia, and Old Dominion Bank. Lots to choose from in here. These all start $1 a bid, too. And so it's, again, go to collinsandcompany.info for that one. All right.
Got another one going on right now, another estate auction. Looks like a lot of glassware, different things like that.
Yep.
Again, all of our auctions start at $1 on personal property, so it's online, it's easy. Bid right there, then we schedule you pickup time, you drive by and pick it up.
A 20-gallon stoneware crock, 2 primitive spinning wheels, a green-painted washstand, a folk art-modeled log cabin and barn, 1800s furniture, old sports memorabilia. There's an old porch swing I see there. So let me put this one up on the screen. Again, go to collinsandcompany.info to look at these. This one started Monday, goes to the 22nd. There you go, another online auction. Antiques, primitives, furniture, old sports memorabilia. All right.
Now, these are some of our real estate auctions that we got going on. We got one going on this Saturday.
Ooh, tell us about this one. It's going to be on Dallas McCracken Road in Johnson City.
So that's almost an acre lot. It's 0.92 of an acre. It's a single-wide mobile home with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Great if you're looking for an investment property to get into. Awesome location over there in Johnson City, in between Johnson City and Elizabethton. Another great auction that we're bringing to the table.
Absolutely. That's this Saturday at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So mobile home in an adjacent lot, Collins & Company. Again, go on the internet at collinsandcompany.info and take a look at it.
Yep.
Then next Saturday, a week from Saturday, on Northeast Street here in Elizabeth. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so that's a single-family residence there. It's a little brick ranch. It's got, I think that one's a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom with a garage right there on Northeast Street in Elizabeth and just down from Food City there. Great location, prime location. This one's definitely a fixer-upper, so for all you investors out there, it'd be a great one to get into.
Absolutely. It's all right there on the website, collinsandcompany.info.
Yep.
He's pinch hitting for David today. David's in North Carolina. May the force be with you, Jacob Force. How long have you been in real estate?
Going on 5 years. I actually just got my principal auctioneer license, so went from an affiliate auctioneer to a principal auctioneer, or just a regular auctioneer. So excited to be able to put those skills to use for our clients and just keep growing and expanding every year.
Would you like to give us a little sample of an auctioneer? Let's see. I want you to auction off.
Oh my God!
Here's my cell phone.
You put me on
Auction
the
off.
spot.
Give me a little bit. I love to
It
hear
takes some
auctioneer.
practice. I got to figure if you've ever been to one of David's auctions, he's been doing it for ever.
Right.
So
all
I'll
right.
say we're going to have a starting bid on what kind of phone is that?
It is a Tom Taylor phone.
Tom Taylor phone. We're going to
$25 start.
$25 start. I'm going to go 30. Bid it at 30. Bid it at 30. Need 30. Bid it at 30. Now 30. Now 35. Bid it at 35. Need 35. Bid it at 35. Need 35. Got 35 now. 40. Bid it at 40.
There you go.
There you go.
I love it. I love to hear an auctioneer.
So yeah.
I don't know why. There's something about it. I just think
a little
it's cool.
slower than everybody else, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
No. If you can the key is to be able to understand you.
I understand clear communication.
Absolutely. So, and that's good. So you're an auctioneer. That's something else you put in your repertoire.
In my toolbox.
Absolutely, your toolbox.
Yes, sir.
You're the best. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
I can tell you, I've worked with this gentleman. What was it? It's been 2 years ago now, going on 3 years ago. And he came to my home. told me what I needed to do to get it ready, and I was going to sell it and decided not to. Decided to stay put. But I appreciate this man. This guy's a pro, I can tell you. I know firsthand, and he's a straight shooter. He's an honest as the day's long, and he works for David Collins, who I have the utmost respect for, the whole group. But I know firsthand what he can do because he came over to the house and gave me some advice and some things. So I opted to stay. But when I sell, if I ever sell, these guys get it, Collins and Company, because they do it full time. I believe in them, and we had someone else we were using and didn't go well. So it was so the next time I learned my lesson. Next time we go, my man right here.
That's right.
Because the force will be with me if I ever sell.
Right.
But he can help you if you're getting ready
Anytime.
to, in closing here, get some out there going, you know what, I'm thinking about selling or doing an auction. I got a mini farm, I got a condo, I've got property, I've got this, I've got that. You guys do a free market analysis, right?
Free market analysis. We come out, we look at the property, and we give you, like you said, a straight, hey, here's what your property's worth in today's market. You know, rather that be more than what you expect or less, we don't sugarcoat anything because we just believe that educated buyers and sellers are the best buyers and sellers.
Amen.
So that's what we work towards.
And he educated me. He said, because what I thought when he got over there, he said, nah, I think I'd do this. I said, well, he said, no, we sell it for full. You want to listen? I said, I'm listening. This is what you need to do. I said, okay. And he was right. He was right. So you need to fix this, get rid of that, do away with this, spiff this up over here, leave that as it is. So, okay.
I don't want to say I told you so.
No, but you told me so.
Yeah,
and I listened. And you know why? Because he was right.
Yeah.
So sometimes stubborn, mule-headed people don't want to listen, but I listened because I thought, this guy's right, and he was. So I believe in him, believe in the organization. CollinsandCompany.info. Let me show you their logo real quick, and we'll go to the break and come back and do some sports. There it is, Collins and Company. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but there it is, Collins and Company. Go to the website, CollinsandCompany.info. These auctions, David said, you guys ship things all over the country.
All over, all 50 states, plus into some foreign countries. So we ship things everywhere. You know, if you have a family member that's interested, don't worry about them saying, you know, hey, I can't get there to pick it up. We can ship it right to them.
Yep. So we have a lot of out-of-state viewers now.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
And so if you're out there somewhere in another state, can I bid on this? Yes, absolutely. If you win it, will they ship it to you? Do I have to come get it? No, they'll ship it to you.
Yep.
You guys have literally shipped all 50 states.
All 50 states.
Yep. So there you go. I know you're busy. Thank you, sir, for
Thank
coming.
you.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
He's a good man. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at some sports. Happy birthday again to A.J. Foyt, Ronnie Millsap, and Albert Pujols. Back after this on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
And back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, thanks for being with us. We are live here again at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton, where they've got the all-day buffet every day for $10.99 in a day, and the evening buffet that bump it up $1 to $11.99 all you can eat. There's a family of 3 over here, actually 4. There is a family, a lady and two of you little ones over here. Of course, right here in the sunroom, we still have the ladies in here from the cosmetology classes at TCAP. Top 25 college basketball last night. Let's run them down for you. Kansas and Iowa State. Iowa State prevails. They beat them by 17. Big win for the Cyclones last night. Michigan State, a 5-point winner. They're 12th in the country over Penn State. West Virginia, Houston. Houston 10th ranked. The Cougars, 16-point win over West Virginia. Tennessee, of course. Tennessee blows out Georgia, 74-56. Tennessee, the Volunteers cranked it up. Lady Vols play tonight against Mississippi State at the Food City Center. Coach Caldwell, day by day of having her first child, so I'm not sure what the setup will be there when she steps away, but she is literally due to have her child any day. It is full moon, and people have told me in the medical profession you always have more births during a full moon, so maybe Coach Caldwell will have her first child during his full moon period. Tennessee again with a big win over Georgia, 23rd in the country. The Volunteers beat them 74-56. As you know, Tennessee's number 6 this week in the polls. 17th ranked Purdue with an 11-point win over Washington last night. And then you have Utah State, 22nd ranked Utah State got upset. That's the only upset last night. Got beat by 3 by UNLV. 3 on tap tonight, top 25 college basketball. Who plays where? In the Big Ten, you've got Michigan, 20th ranked Michigan at Minnesota. 18th ranked Memphis will be at Temple tonight, the Battle of the Owls. And Gonzaga, 16th ranked in the country at Oregon State in men's top 25 college basketball for this Thursday. Now, college football. Tennessee losing the big dog. James Pierce going to the NFL draft, leaving school. The junior has another year of eligibility left, announcing his decision to go to the NFL. 6'5", 243 Pierce led Tennessee in sacks with 7.5. Tackles for loss with 13, and quarterback hurries with 10. So James Pierce, all SEC first-team honors. He was up for the Lombardi Award, the Walter Camp Player of the Year Award. He finished as a semifinalist in those. So Pierce, outside linebacker, going to NFL. Quinn Ewers, the Texas Longhorn quarterback, he is declaring for the NFL draft. So Ewers, 21-5 as a starter for the past 2 years in 2 college football playoff semifinal appearances. Led Texas to wins at Alabama and Michigan. Ewers played in 36 total games for Texas after transferring from Ohio State. Threw for over 9,000 yards, 68 touchdowns in 3 seasons, and completed 64% of his passes. Quinn Ewers leaving Texas to go to the NFL. So is James Pierce and the Tennessee Volunteers. So those are 2 big holes to fill for Tennessee and obviously for the Texas Longhorns. We are live here. We'll take a break for the good folks from, let's see, how about Double C Western Supply? Diana's here to tell us all about that. We'll take a break. Eric's in the house. He'll join us coming up here in a few minutes. Also, later on, we got a breakdown of the NFL playoffs with Brandon Sweeney, the Associate Athletic Director of Milligan. We're going to take a look at the College Football National Championship on Monday night, Ohio State and Notre Dame, as you know. Get his take on that, break that down, and talk some more sports as well. Eric Wilson next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And again with Double C Western Supply. A lot of Western stores out there. What do you feel like separates Double C from all the other competition?
I feel like there's a lot of things that separate us. Our customer service. I feel like we help our customers very well. I feel like we're very friendly, and at least we try to be. We strive to be a friendly, family-based business. I also feel like our prices are very good. I feel like we try to keep our prices and our merchandise to a point that the whole family can shop here. And I mean, some things do have to be a little more expensive just because of the nature, but I feel like we try to keep our prices down low enough. And just we're always just striving to get the next newest merchandise, the best merchandise that we can for them, and just we just try our best to do the best we can all the time. So I feel like, mainly that our customer service and our prices kind of differentiate us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Double C Western Supply on Railroad Street in Elizabeth. And again, social media, they're there, and also the website, doublecwestern.com. So, proud sponsor of the show, Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Miss Diana and the great folks at Double C Western Supply in Elizabeth. And be loyal, buy local, Bide and Betsy. Amazon doesn't sponsor your ball teams, but Double C Western Supply does.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Back on the top. Hello, man. How you doing? Coach Morrell finishing up. Wolfed it down. I love it. We're going to be streaming the John Cloud Classic on Saturday. High school wrestling. We do swim meets. We're going to do a track meet this year. We're going to do a wrestling match. The John Cloud Classic. He is a hoot. I swear, he's a funny guy. Does a great job coaching these kids in wrestling, too. Say hello to some folks here before we get into my man. Hello to Michelle Gray. Hello to Hazel Green. Hello to Chuck Lambie. Hello to Jeremy Marler and Johnson. Hello to Donna Overton and Terry Ham. Hello, sir. How's Mr. Ham doing? That's my buddy from church. Frankie Guy, Ingrid Moore, Jack Blevins, Joe DeZerko, and Mario Sanchez and Nancy Brady. There's some of the folks watching. Thank you. Got them all over the place. David. And let's see, one more here. Did I say Michelle Gray? I think I did. So, hello, sir. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
The captain's in the house. We call him the captain. Eric Wilson, general manager of the Pizza Inn, where we are. We got the ladies here in the cosmetology class from TCAT. Appreciate them coming.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We've got a family of 4 over there with a little one in a a car carrier, a little tiny one. We got another family over here eating. Families love to come in here.
I think those are plumbers. I think it's their van. Right over
It is. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Plumbers in here having lunch. $10.99, folks. How many pizzas at any given time? 18?
18, yes, sir.
18 pizzas on the bar.
Yeah. Including dessert. So.
Including dessert pizza. What's your favorite dessert pizza?
Bavarian cream.
I'm going to have a piece of that after the show
sir.
in your honor. I got time to eat today.
Yes,
I don't have to run out the door. Last time I was here, we jumped on the bus and rode with Milligan down to Athens, Tennessee, called the Milligan Doubleheader Winner. Last night, they played Pikeville from Pikeville, Kentucky, and you fed the girls' Pikeville teams, is that
We
right?
did, yeah. Their coach reached out. We were able to, coordinate a little deal, and we got over there, delivered some pizzas. Unfortunately, they lost. Fortunately for Milligan, it was a win.
It was a win, yep.
Yeah. So, but, it's sports. Somebody's got to lose.
It is what it is, yep. So, we're planting that seed. If you have a team, if you want to come in and sit down and eat, we got this big dining room, the sunroom that holds how many?
75.
75. If you want to get pizzas and put them on the bus and feed them going down the road, which Milligan did down there after the game, they got pizzas from, where was it? I guess Papa John's down in Athens, Tennessee, and fed them on the way back up on the bus. So if you get that same scenario, or you're getting ready to go somewhere, that's like the wrestling team tonight's going down to Morristown East. So if you're getting ready to go somewhere, come by and pick up the pizzas, pre-order them, you'll have ready. They walk out and hand them to you on the bus and keep going, right?
Yes, sir. Plates, napkins, anything you guys need, we'll take care of you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he's here to serve.
Yep.
$10.99 for the buffet, so 18 pizzas. You also have salad too, right?
Salad bar. Yeah, we got pasta, meat sauce, Alfredo, marinara.
Love it.
And a different assortment of soups. We've got potato soup, vegetable, and some broccoli and cheese.
Forgot about the soups.
Yeah.
Soup, salad, and pizza. And then you've also got the pasta down on this end of the bar, which would be spaghetti, Alfredo noodles, and they got the what's a little
Rotini.
Rotinis. That's the ones I like, little curly, cute little squigglies. I like them. So my man's in the house. We can talk sports all day long. So he's a big NBA guy. Now, Steph Curry, you're talking about trading Steph to the Cleveland or the Warriors, I guess, cleaning house.
Yeah.
Why would you trade Steph Curry? I don't get that. This guy's
at this point, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They had a tough season last year, and if they were going to move off of him to get as many assets, you probably would have done it then. I don't know who the GM. It might be Mike Dunleavy. I know Bob Myers stepped down. He was real successful, but you wouldn't want to trade somebody like Steph Curry. That didn't make sense. I don't think it makes sense.
Number one, it puts bodies in the seats first and foremost.
Yeah, sells tickets.
It does sell tickets, and so to let him go, and that's what they haven't done it yet, but they're certainly they're talking to move him on. This is the guy. He's the marquee guy. He's the one who puts people in seats, both on the road and in Golden State. So, so this is the trade. I haven't had a chance to really look at all the trades, but it's whirling around right now. A lot of guys are moving around, aren't they?
Yeah. You've got a couple teams who are trying to, be buyers, I guess, here at the deadline. Maybe contend for a championship, but you got to have, most of the time in the NBA it takes 2 top 10 guys, and those aren't available like people think. You can find some role players, but it's.
So you played it. Mm-hmm. You played it well. So Adam Silver, NBA commissioner, has come out just today and said there's too many three-pointers. 41% of our shots in the NBA are from the three-point. He said the Celtics are one of the first teams that have right now at this point statistically have more 3 shots attempted and shots made than 2s. Mm-hmm. He said we've got to change that.
Yeah.
Why would you want to change that, and how do you change it?
If you ask why you would want to change it, I was talking to Eddie Pless a couple weeks ago. In the NBA, they don't value the possession of the basketball. They just run up and down and get shots up as quick as possible. And the more shots you take, the more you're going to make. That's kind of their thinking. But if I was going to fix basketball, I would remove offensive 3 seconds. If you want to because we don't see any post players anymore. The lane's cleared out. If you want to kind of shrink the court a little bit, let those guys camp out in the lane. It'll balance out to 2s and 3s, and we'll see something different. I mean, it's hard to watch right now. I've pretty much I don't watch a lot of professional basketball anymore.
It's like a track meet.
It's not, yeah.
They don't run any plays.
Nope.
It's almost like going out and playing playground ball.
It is.
Whoever gets it shoots it. There's no picks and screens. Just go down and jack them up.
Hard to watch.
So, I don't watch it.
Hard to watch.
So I don't watch it. So, and that's okay. Each to their own. But I don't. Mm-hmm. I'd rather watch college.
Yes,
and so, how good is Tennessee?
Well, they had a really good game last night, despite their best scorer. Chaz Lanier had an off game, and when you can win by 18 to 20 points and your best scorer not play well,
it's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign, yeah. So that's exciting. Still got a lot of room to grow and improve, but it could be worse,
So you watch a lot of college hoops.
I do.
So right now, give me, in your humble opinion.
Yes, sir.
Forget the polls.
Yeah.
You've watched a lot of hoops. Who's your top 5 teams in the country?
Top 5. I think Auburn has to be 1, even though they're missing their best player. I think Auburn would have to be 1. Iowa State is 2, just based off what the polls say, and they've won games, so we have to be fair and rank them accordingly. I'm going to say I'd put Tennessee somewhere in that top 5. I'm not going to count Connecticut out yet. I really like Danny Hurley. He does a really good job. He's crazy, but sometimes you have to be.
Yeah.
And look out for Michigan State. Don't forget about Tom Izzo.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're ranked I think in the top 10, and they had a good win the other night. It's going to be either Michigan State or Illinois, most likely for the Big Ten. And they have a saying, Tom. It's January, February, and Izzo. It's not March. It's Izzo.
It's Izzo.
So you better watch out.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, what about Alabama?
I like them a lot. I think they have maybe the best coach in the country in Nate Oates. Don't be surprised if he ends up at North Carolina.
Oh, really?
One day. Maybe. I mean, the Tar Heels are struggling a little bit, and I like Hubert Davis, but they like to win at Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
And Nate Oates is like high energy. And in Alabama, I mean, all of a sudden they're a basketball school. Kind of feels that way.
Basketball conference, kind of, sort
of. Yeah. So he may end up at North Carolina. His name's Nate Oates. I'm looking for Kansas to maybe shake things up with Bill Self. He's kind of struggling a little bit for their.
They got beat last night.
Yeah. So I don't know. The transfer portal is put college sports in a really weird place. And I mean, you saw Jay Wright left. Roy Williams is gone now. Thankfully, Rick Barnes is sticking around, but Calipari, I mean, everybody knows his name, and he's struggling a little bit. So we'll just see what happens.
What about Duke?
Duke has got the number 1 pick in the draft, and some guys I listen to, Duke and Tennessee are your 2 best defensive teams. If Duke can make shots, they'll win the whole thing. Cooper Flagg is this kid's name. He's about 7 feet, and he can just do it all. If you ever watch him,
he can play.
He can play.
He's the deal.
He's a real deal.
He's the real deal.
Yep.
We're here live again. We're talking to our buddy Eric Wilson, the general manager of Pete Sim, where we are. Pizza in the buffet at $10.99, all you can eat. Salad, soups, 18 pizzas to choose from, including dessert pizzas. We got they said the pasta on the bar as well, so it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
NFL, here we go. What's your takes? On Saturday, the Chiefs, number 1 seed, hosting the Texans. Who do you like there?
I think the Chiefs are most likely going to win that game.
All right.
Yep.
Saturday, the night game, NFC, the Commanders, Washington went down and beat Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking on the Lions in Detroit. Who wins that one? Is that an upset?
I'll tell you what, I don't think Detroit is going to the Super Bowl, but they probably will beat Washington. I mean, the Commanders have a rookie quarterback. When was the last time a rookie quarterback went to the conference title game? It just doesn't happen a
Exactly.
lot. So he's a really good player, Jaden Daniels, but history says no.
Got the Lions.
Yeah,
Taking
I'll
the
take
Lions,
Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
Then on Sunday, the Rams will be in Philadelphia, battle the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. I like Los Angeles. Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the NFL. It's the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. Matt Stafford has been there and done it before. Give me the Rams.
You like the Rams in the upset on the road?
Give me the Rams, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big in Philly. By the way, I checked the weather. Chiefs, going to be cold, no snow in Kansas City. The Eagles, going to be cold. Or no, they're getting snow in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then Buffalo, on Sunday night, the high is going to be 16 on game time. 16 to 18 degrees will be your high in Buffalo. They will take on the Ravens. And that last game, a 6:30 kickoff in Buffalo. Number 3 Ravens, number 2 Bills. Who gets that one?
I'm going to say Baltimore, but I have no clue. Josh Allen's a great player. Lamar Jackson, he's amazing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens Sunday night.
I'm taking the Ravens in an upset.
Yep. Yeah.
And I don't think the Chiefs going to be the team going to the Super Bowl.
I don't either. I don't either.
I haven't. I've said it all year long. The Raiders should have beat them both times and didn't. And the Raiders were terrible. That's my team. The first game of the year, they've dodged the bullet all year long. They've had late field goals. Now, the Chiefs fans will say, but we still won. But I'm going to say they didn't blow people off the field. They just won by the hair of their chin.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, winning the last 2 Super Bowls. Everybody talks about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. That defense, Steve Spagnuolo, Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie, those guys are really good. So they don't have to score 28, 30 points in order to win these games. I really hope we don't see the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But we've got Ohio State in the national title game. And the Dodgers won the World Series. So
you're not happy on those either?
I'm not. Yeah, I know Richard Van Huss is a big Dodger fan, and I love him and his family. But, yeah, it wasn't
what you wanted.
No. I'd rather see Evan Carter go back-to-back, wouldn't you?
He's getting ready to go to spring training.
Yes, sir.
Inside of a month, the Rangers report, and he's 100% healthy. We've seen him around town, and he's ready to go. He's chomping to get back out there and get his starting spot back in the outfield for the Rangers. All right, so Monday night, you pretty much answered it, I think. Ohio State, Notre Dame, you're taking the
Ohio State. I mean, I hope Notre Dame wins, but I know. Yeah.
Buckeyes.
I may not watch that game, Tom. You'll have to watch it for me. Let me know.
I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
No, I'll read about it. No, I'll probably watch a little bit of it, but I'm not going to be glued to it. So it's so they're talking about revamping the college football playoff format now. They're going to change it up and strength of schedule, and your conference will have more. The SEC is a tougher conference. Excuse me, the other conference is going to have some weight and merit on that. So they're talking about revamping the format for the playoffs. You good with that?
Yeah, I think the one thing I would change, if you look at this year, so you've got your top 4 seeds that get byes. The other 4 seeds, like there's 8 teams left. You go play a road playoff game, nobody's ever going to win that game. I mean, it's just not, whether it's Knoxville or, Tennessee went up to Ohio State, played in the shoe, they got run. I think all 4 road teams lost by an average of 20 points. That's not parity, But I don't know what you can do about the conferences. I would end up just going to 2, have the Big Ten, the SEC, tell those teams from the Pac-12 join the Big Ten, the ACC kind of split them up evenly, maybe put Florida State and Clemson in the SEC, and you could send the rest of them over to the Big Ten. They need some help, I think.
You have a problem with Notre Dame being an independent, being in the national championship and not conference because they keep all the money.
Their schedule was not very strong this year. However, like in years past, they've actually played pretty good competition. I've seen. I mean, there were years where they played Clemson, and Clemson's been really good. I know they had Georgia home and away. So, I don't have anything against the Irish. Would it be nice if they joined a conference like the rest of us? Yeah, but as long as they keep playing USC, Clemson, some of these teams, I think it's okay.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty big that Tom Allen left Penn State, the defensive coordinator, who really built a powerhouse defensive unit in Penn State. He went to Clemson.
He's at Clemson now. Yeah.
So Dabo got him. That's a big move for Clemson.
Yeah. He lost his guy, Brent Venables, who's at Oklahoma now. He was Dabo Swinney's defensive coordinator at Clemson for a while when they were really successful. They were winning a couple championships, but they've got to get the quarterback right, I think, at Clemson. You know, they had Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. Those two guys were great. So, if you get the quarterback right, it usually solves a lot of problems.
It does.
Yeah.
Pete's Inn's where we are, folks. You hear the kids back here enjoying the lunch, having a big time. $10.99 for the all-you-can-eat buffet. And so tell me some things before you go here that folks may not know about Pete's Inn.
We got a lot of different carry-out specials. We've got, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats that do our delivery for us. Got a lot of different great people in here working, and we just try to do our best.
Fundraisers. You ever do fundraisers?
We do, yeah. We had one last Monday night. Unicoi County's cheer team came in here. They were able to raise $275 roughly, which is we give them 12% of net sales. So, I mean, we try to do our best, leave a little tip jar out for them. But I think we've got Elizabethan's cheer team scheduled for the end of the month, and then the Elizabethan chorus group's coming February 3rd. So we'll be ready.
So you're based here in Elizabethan, but you'll work with schools or organizations all over the place.
Yeah. If anybody wants to come in here and organize a fundraiser, we're more than interested in kind of getting that worked out. It's really pretty simple. Monday night, 4 to 9, 12% of net sales. You guys just advertise. We'll send out a flyer. We'll email it to the organization. You guys advertise to as many people as possible. So it works pretty well.
So Monday night, 12% of the net sales at the end of the night. From what's the time frame? 6 to 9?
4 to 9.
4 to 9.
Yeah. It includes carry out.
Wow.
Yeah. We ask that you not solicit to the regular customers that day, but I'm usually pretty lenient. You know what I mean? Sure. We want them to come in here and make money. So
that's it. That's the whole point of doing it. So
you got it.
He's awesome. Hours you're open?
Thank you.
7 days a week you're open?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
11?
11 to 9.
11 to 9.
Yeah. You can pick breakfast pizzas up as early as 7:30. So.
That's a great fundraiser, folks. 5 hours, 12% of the net sales on a Monday night. Bring them all in and feed them, whoever comes in. Net sales.
Yep.
12%.
Tip jars included, which does pretty well for the most part.
I would think so.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a break. You want to meet this man over right here, the Associate Athletic Director of Milligan, Brendan Sweeney. We'll get his take. He's a Raiders guy. Do we want Deion Sanders? No, we don't. No. I've called Tom Brady. He hung up on me, but I was talking to him. Not really, but they're talking about, no, not. He ain't the man. Anyway, quick break. This guy's the man. Mr. Sweeney's the man.
Thank you.
He joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Center. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethan, one in behind Elizabethan High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethan. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or BeMyCU.org.
And the magic main number is
423-547-1200.
brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Tom Davis Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
In a world where cluttered trash and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight cluttered trash and debris, call Container Man.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Back on the Tom Davis Sports Show, show number 2218. We're live here today at Pizza Inn. Tomorrow night, pretty cool. Elizabeth and guys are off, and girls. It's their night off, and so we're streaming. It's pretty cool. The T.A. Duggar 8th grade night. Girls and guys are playing basketball against the Hunter Tigers. We're going to honor the 8th grade cheerleaders. They're going to honor the 8th grade girls players. Those will be future Cyclones, and 8th grade boy players. So we'll do that tomorrow night starting at 6:15. Then on Saturday, we're streaming the wrestling, the John Clark Classic. Yeah. It'll be an all day. It starts at 9:30, and there's 12 teams going to be there, round robin, at John Treadwell Gymnasium on the campus of Elizabethton High School. So that's what we got coming up. We got middle school basketball tomorrow night, which we do once a year for the 8th grade night. They're going to do both guys and girls at the high school where they're going to be able to play next year. They get to play on the big boy court, the big kids court, big girl court. And then, as we still do wrestling on Saturday, the next week we got a full slate. Maybe doing some Milligan basketball. We'll see. The Bluefield game last week we're going to go do on Saturday. Got scrap because of snow. They're going to play it on Mondays, all right?
That's right, Monday.
So, by the way, good morning, or I guess good afternoon. How you doing?
Doing well.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
With you here today.
Are you hungry?
Yes, however, I got some news for you, and that is that I'm on a diet.
Oh. Well, they got salad. They got salad and salad bar.
Well, my diet is the carnivore diet. So all I'm eating is meat and cheese for a month.
Now tell me more about that, because I like that kind of diet. You eat meat and cheese, that's all you eat?
Yeah, meat and cheese for a whole month. And really the point of it is to eat fats and protein. So basically over time, what that does is your body learns to burn the fat instead of burning carbs. And so over the course of a month, many people have reported huge losses in weight just by meat and cheese for a month. So my wife and I both are just eating meat and cheese for a month.
So meat being defined as hamburger meat?
Could be hamburger meat. You can get steaks. You got chicken breast, all kinds of different things you can do. Seafood. We had salmon the other night. So it's been good so far. We're 7 days in, and
you can tell a difference.
Oh yeah. I feel so much more just cleared. Honestly, my sinuses clear. Haven't had any issues with being plugged up or anything like that.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's been good so far.
A meat and cheese diet. So
it's called the carnivore diet.
Carnivore diet.
If you're interested in looking it up.
I like meat. I know that. I like. I'm a cheese freak. So
yeah,
that may be the way to go. So you don't do anything. No breads, no anything.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's tough is bread, because bread is everywhere, and that's one thing you got to cut out.
What about chocolate pudding?
Yeah, that's not in there
Not
either.
good. It's not meat or cheese, is it?
Nope.
No.
Anything with sugar too. Sugar is a big no-no.
Hershey bars, probably not.
Yeah.
No. I'll still look into it. I mean, what the heck? But I do like meat and cheese a lot. So chicken and hamburgers, steaks.
Yeah, even seafood if you like
seafood. I love salmon. So, all right, let's say hello to some folks, and we're going to talk about the Cyclones, or not Cyclones, but the Buffaloes. Roger Hill, Allison Kendall, hello to you. Karen Schneider, Patrick Martin, Steve Shipley down in Middle Tennessee, Barbara Roman, Teresa Blackwell. Who else can we say hello to? Let's get one more up here. Chip Schultz, and let's say hello to some of these names I can't pronounce. I'm going to embarrass myself. Joe Broughton. So thank you guys. I'm over looking on the phones where I'm at. All right, so Milton gets a big doubleheader win last night. Tell us about it.
Huge, massive, really for both teams. The women earlier in the day yesterday were actually recognized as receiving votes in the latest coaches poll. So they're now receiving votes nationally. Pikeville was previously receiving votes nationally, and they were not in the poll yesterday. But they, as well as the Buffs, are both tied basically in the second position in the conference standings going into last night. And Milligan's win separated them by a game. So now Milligan's got a one-game advantage over Pikeville in the standings. And they really now actually technically lead the conference by a half game over Reinhardt. So Milligan's at the top right now on the women's side.
That's awesome.
On the men's side, that last night was a game that I think the team has shown the potential for, in that over the course of this season, they as a team have the best scoring defense in the conference. They give up less than 70 points per game. And they went up against Pikeville, who is number 16 nationally, and was in second in the conference standings. And really, the whole game was dominated by the Buffs. I mean, from the start, they held Pikeville to 33% shooting over the course of the game,
wow.
20 of 60 from the field. And so, yeah, the Buffs really, defensively, I think the most impressive thing really was the defense against such a high-caliber team like Pikeville. And then on offense, the team really worked together really well. They shot 50% from the field, 50% from three. So overall, just great team game. And I think, it shows the potential that this team has.
Who's the leading scorer for the ladies? JC?
So Samaj led with 17 last night. JC had 16. So top two scorers there. And then Lauren Longmire had 13 as our three in double digits. And then on the men's side, Jamie Pay led with 15. And then McCaskill Rivers and Sam Gold had 14. And then Elijah Redwood off the bench had a really great game, 12 points. And came in and really lit a spark in the latter part of the first half.
The game we did down in Athens, I mean, these guys weathered 2-3 runs by Tennessee Wesleyan and won it. And so, they battled. And, again, as you thought they would, the home team made a run, a couple of runs late in the ball game. And Milligan weathered the storm and held them off and won a big road game. It's the last game we did. So, last night, beating Pikeville. Because the ladies went up they both lost at Pikeville earlier in the year, didn't they?
They did. Earlier in the year, the women lost by 10 at Pikeville, and then the men lost by about 15 at Pikeville. And that was early in the season. The team, I think, chemistry-wise, they've grown exponentially since that point in the season. That was back mid-November, so it's been 2 months since then.
Anjay Tomba, the big guy, averaging double-double.
Yeah, he's pretty much averaging a double-double. He's got like 9.8 rebounds per game and 11.5 points. So he's doing a great job, playing really well in the paint. And I think he's a big key defensively for that team as well, because he plugs up the paint, and teams are forced to shoot more from the perimeter, and the percentages go down pretty obviously when that happens.
Talking to Brendan Swinney from Milligan University. We love promoting the Buffs here. We do it as often as we can, call their games. We may be going with them on the bus Monday in Bluefield. It's kind of iffy on the weather because it's supposed to snow up there more than down here. And then I know down here on Monday night it's going to be 6. So whatever's on the roads between here and Bluefield, it ain't going to melt. So it may be a slipping and sliding up there. So we'll see. But if a chance to go, we would, and follow the Buffs on the road. We got them at home. The caveat for me, I think I've told you this before on the show, they play, it's not their fault, but the conference plays a lot of games on Wednesday. Well, for me, it's church night, and I got to be in church on Wednesday. This is what it's what I choose to do with my granddaughters. And so, we missed the Wednesday games like we did last night. So when they're non-Wednesday and Saturdays and home on the road and they're closed, we're going to follow and bring it to you. We had, I think almost I'd have to go back and look, 1,800 views, again, for that game down at Tennessee Wesleyan. So we're getting the product out there, and you're responding to it out on the other end, which we appreciate. So you've got some Saturday afternoons coming up in February at home, doubleheaders we're going to be doing.
Yep.
And then the road games where we can squeeze in around our coverage of the Cyclones and everything else we're doing. We're going to do that. So maybe Monday we'll have the Bluefield Rams in Bluefield, Virginia, which is a tough place to go win. They like to defend their home floor up there in Bluefield. Of course, Bluefield's like Bristol. It's split right down the middle. There's a Bluefield, Virginia, and West Virginia. Same with Bristol here in the Tri-City. So it's a unique place because you can be here and look over there, and that's in Virginia.
Yeah.
Literally, walk across the street, you're in another state. Same it is in Bristol. So, but again, they play good basketball there. They've got 2 schools there, Bluefield State and Bluefield University, who we're going to be playing, the Ramblin' Rams. So it's good stuff. So when is our next home game? When can the folks come see Milligan at home at Steve Lacy?
The next time that Milligan's at home is actually not for a while. It's not till January 29th. So we've got a couple weeks. 3 straight road games for the men and women coming up here. So with the Bluefield one that was previously supposed to be before. So now they've added a 3rd straight road game.
Yeah. So, but in February, there should be some home games.
Yeah, there will definitely be some home games. And actually, the spring sports seasons begin. At end of January, January 31st, baseball opens their season at home against Georgetown College of Kentucky. And that's a really competitive program at Georgetown. And baseball coming off a season last year, which they reached the national tournament for the first time in school history. So it's a fun product to go see, and I'm really excited for it. I know because I was a baseball guy in college, so that's for me. That baseball season is when it really gets a lot of fun.
It's near and dear to your heart.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to be talking some. I want to get his take on the national championship and also the NFL playoffs. We had some youngsters in Milligan honored for Players of the Week. A couple of swimmers and J.C. Jenkins. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So. In the swimming, men's swimmer Caleb Fry had a great week. He won 3 events individually, which is really impressive. At a meet with 5 teams, Center College in Danville, Kentucky was hosting it, the Colonel Classic, and so Caleb Fry won 3 events. It was the 50 freestyle, 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter freestyle, and the 100-meter breaststroke that he won. And one of which I think it was the 100 freestyle that he also had a season best time. So good work by him. And then Samantha Van Vuur on the women's side was swimmer of the week, and she won 2 events and got 3rd in another. So she's a backstroke swimmer by trade. She won the 100 and 200 meter backstroke races, which is a difficult stroke to be really good at.
Yeah.
You have to be quite flexible to do that stroke really well. So really impressive for her to do that as well. The men got first out of 5 teams at that meet. The women placed second. So and Center ended up winning, and that's a really good swim program at the Division III level.
There's no notes, folks. He just does it. It's all up here. I don't even know what I did 2 hours ago. It's amazing what he does and what he retains. Hello, Eric Bowers. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. We went over and videoed his son kicking in the snow last week. Just place kicking, practicing kicking extra points and field goals in the snow. Had almost 5,000 views. We went on there 30 seconds. We were probably a minute talking about how he's getting ready for the season, and Will Bowers was speaking of the Cyclone place kicker, and it was peppering down the snow, which is a really cool scene. He had the scoreboard behind us and Snow's coming up, big old flakes, and he's out there kicking. And so anyway, got almost 5,000 views. So hello, sir. Hello, Steve Pearson. How you doing? The national championship. Hello to Roger. Hello to Otto. Hello to Nina Googe. Hello to Dave Applegate. Hello to Nicole Williams. Hello to one more. Hello to Wayne Williams. And hello to Don Sutton. I think it's the Don Sutton. I think he passed away, but there's a Don Sutton. So hello, Don Sutton. How you doing, sir? We are here. So the national championship is on Monday.
Yep.
We have the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Who wins and why?
Well, I think Ohio State. And I just think they're the better team, and they are the best team they have been all year, in my opinion. Really, I think they could be undefeated. That game against Oregon's the only blemish on their record, and it's a game they should have probably won.
Should have won,
so
yep.
You look at that team up and down at every position, they're just better. It's tough to really say anything more about it. They're definitely the heavy favorites.
You look who they beat. They beat in Tennessee. As I said yesterday, made Oregon look like a middle school team. I mean, they weren't even close.
Yeah.
And go down to Texas, in Longhorn country, with the crowd against them, obviously, because it's basically a home game, and wore them out too.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame has beaten who? Indiana? They've beaten Georgia, correct? And they beat Penn State.
Yep.
That's right? Yep.
Yep.
So those are 2 of 3. I wouldn't necessarily call Indiana a powerhouse in football, but certainly Georgia and Penn State pretty good. So James Franklin still got that knock. He can't win the big one.
Yeah.
And he lost his defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Penn State. Honestly, when I look back at that game, basically Penn State gave the game to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame didn't really win it themselves. They just kind of were given the game by Penn State. And it's at that level, you can't do that. And like you said, it's a pattern with James Franklin at this point. You know, he just cannot win against the top upper echelon of opponents. So, losing the defensive coordinator is tough too, because you had a great defense, and him having his stamp on that defense, that coordinator, was a big deal. And so him having to be replaced it's a tough issue to figure out. So
Tom Allen gone. That's a huge hole to fill, the defensive coordinator, because they had a rock-solid powerhouse defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. He orchestrated, masterminded that defense. He's gone to Clemson to be a Tiger under Dabo Swinney, the defensive coordinator there. They fired their defensive coordinator, so that's a big hole to fill. Quinn Ewers announcing he's going to the NFL. That's a big hole to fill for Texas, although everybody says Arch Manning's the man. But then I'm reading where he may transfer, so he's not happy. And then, of course, James Pierce, the great defensive end for Tennessee, decides he's going to give up his last year of eligibility for the Volunteers and go NFL. So, constant. I don't see how these college coaches do it. Transfer portal, NFL draft, some just quit and walk away. I mean, it's a constant recruiting, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. And it's pretty crazy how things have changed in that way of recent, really just maybe 5 years from now. And I think there's still things that are being figured out overall, and I'm sure there will be some legislation that's put out there that makes it illegal to do certain things and what things are allowed and what's not. But I think right now it is like you've heard so many times, the wild west in college football, and just trying to figure out ways to have a cohesive roster each season.
Trying to find the story. I brought it with me here. I got to find it. Where they're talking about the coaches voted. It's not been put in place yet to shorten the transfer portal window.
Yeah, just the January window is what they said, and it'd be after the new year happens, so that kids could still get registered for their classes in the spring semester. But it would shorten it and make it much easier for the coaches to kind of have more control over the whole situation as well.
Betsy swim coach Kelly Broussard's here. She's going to join us in a few minutes. Coach K is what I call her. They call the same guy down to Duke Coach K, didn't they? Of course, he retired. Coach Krzyzewski.
Yep.
This is Coach K, Coach Kelly. She'll be here in a few minutes to talk to us for a few. We're here live at Pizza Inn with the buffets, $10.99, 18 pizzas. The salad bar, they got the soups, they got the pasta, they got the Alfredo noodles, got the sketty, they got the rotini, they've got the 18 pizzas, including the dessert pizzas, the Bavarian cream being one of those, of course. So all that for $10.99. Got a couple of tables of guys there eating and wearing it out. And so it's right here for $10.99. The buffet's $11.99, and that is in the evenings. So as you heard him say, they do fundraisers, which I think is really cool. You can do a fundraiser here on Monday night from 4 to 9, and you get 12% of the net sales for your organization. He said Unicoi County cheerleaders came here and made $300 one night. That ain't bad. Just come in to eat and walk out making money. So that's all you got to do is show up, and they take care of the rest. That's pretty cool. Hello to Greg Kruger. Hello to Kenneth Smith. Hello to Christian Berg. Hello to Ryan Forrest. Hello to Tim Hobbs. Hello, Hobbsy. Hello to Kathy Garrett. Hello to Trevor Benoit. And let's see, Crystal Cooley. Let me get one more here. Carl Christopherson. Got to be related to Chris somehow. Has to be.
I'm sure.
Christopherson is not a common name. So, hello to Carl Christopherson, and one more to Anthony Waldridge. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you bunches. All right, here we go. NFL. The Dallas Cowboys say Mike McCarthy. I talked about this yesterday at Chick-fil-A. You know, I told him, well, I didn't tell him, but when Trey Lamb left ETSU, they were looking for a coach. Why don't you try Jason Witten? The guy's won back-to-back state Christian high school championships in Texas. It's not a college job, but when he had the Witten camp here, the guys that came in from the Cowboys and volunteered their time was like a who's who. So he knows everybody. Wouldn't be hard to put together a very good coaching staff. Having said that, they didn't, of course. So now the story coming out in Dallas, Jerry Jones wanted McCarthy to stay under the stipulation that you would bring along Jason Witten to groom him to be the heir to the throne, because McCarthy's 61 years old. McCarthy said, nope, no thanks, and he left. He's going to be interviewing with the Bears and the Saints. I don't know if he's taking either one of those. I haven't checked this morning. But so Jason Witten's very much in the talk in Dallas. Now Jerry Jones has reached out to Deion Sanders, which I said yesterday, and I'll say again, it's a mistake to bring him in as a coach, simply because his stipulation is bring his kid with him. And that's going to be I'm telling you, I played basketball, but this very thing happened when I was in high school. It became a locker room division. Some liked it that the kid, the point guard on the team, couldn't play dead. We knew that, but he was the old man's kid. He's going to play, and he did play, and he was awful. Some guys were okay with that. Other guys said they stayed mad all the time because they knew the wrong guy was running the point because of his last name. If Sanders does that and they bring his kid in, now he could be another Jaden Daniels. Don't know. That's to be determined. But if he's a flop, then it causes problems.
Yes.
And the goal is to win a world championship. And so, the Raiders, who we're big fans of, their mantra is just win, baby, and we don't much. But we will. We have to. Can't stay bad forever.
I don't know.
but it's been a long trip. Ooh. But anyway, so the Cowboys, McCarthy is out. He's talking to Deion a little bit. Witten still, I think, kind of being bounced around as a possibility to groom him on down the road, because Jerry Jones loves Jason Witten. So is this a plum job, or is this a dumpster fire in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys?
I feel like Jerry Jones has a little bit too much power for it to be a really, really attractive job for a head coach, especially if you're one of the, big ticket names on the radar this offseason. I don't know that it is a super, attractive position, partially because of the place that they're at and the market and no income tax. Some parts of it are, but you look at the stage of the roster, like the roster has cap issues. Jerry Jones is going to be in charge of all that type of stuff. And you can't guarantee you're going to get a roster you want to deal with in that situation. I think in other places, there are ownership groups that are showing some, willingness to open that up and be like, okay, let's let our football guys do the football jobs. Jerry Jones just won't do that, and I don't think he ever will.
Well, hello, Christy Lynn. How you doing, lady? Thank you for watching. These guys have egos, too, these coaches. They don't want to be micromanaged.
No.
And that's what he does. Al Davis did it with the Raiders. A lot of the coaches had a phone down on the sideline of the Raiders, and that phone rang. Al's saying, here's what we need to do, even down to particular play calling. not just personnel. It's like in the middle of the game, call and say, we need to throw more. I can hear him saying it. We need to throw more.
Mhm.
We need to go deep. So nobody wants to be told. I mean, none of us in a job situation, let alone coaching, wants to be micromanaged and looking over your shoulder all the time. Nobody wants that, and that's what Jerry Jones does.
Yeah.
It's his, but you know that I said this yesterday. It's his team. He writes the check, so he has a right to micromanage to a point. But he's keeping good people wanting to come be his head coach because he does that. So it's a catch-22.
Exactly.
McCarthy's either going to go to the Bears or the Saints.
Yep.
The Raiders, Vrabel went with the Patriots, so he's off the radar. But they're still talking about Ben Johnson with the Lions. Is there anything happen today with that?
I think it's looking like maybe it might be Ben Johnson because I think Brady is really, really a big proponent of that. There's been talk because they have Brady, his crew has the Fox game with the Lions against the Commanders this week. And so he's traveled to Detroit this week, and there's a lot of talk that he's having conversations in person with Ben Johnson about it.
Which is probably illegal.
Well, technically it's not, but yes, it probably should be.
Yeah.
If you're a commentary person and you're there in a professional capacity with your broadcasting company, you probably shouldn't be talking about head coach job about a team that you co-own.
So Brady's in there doing this. Here's what he's doing. I guarantee it. I don't guarantee it, but I bet he's like, tell me about your defense. You want to coach the Raiders? How are you going to stop the Lions? You interested in how are you going to stop the Commander? How are you going to stop Jaden Daniels? When can you come interview us? I guarantee it's happening. Come on now. So here's what's happening with the Raiders, and I want to get into the playoffs and get your picks. Mark Davis was inherited a football team by his own admission, didn't know anything about it. When his dad was alive, Mark Davis was not allowed to be around the team very much. So he didn't know what he's doing, and he knows that. And I think you see that more and more. I mean, the guy could be sitting there with me. He could be the nicest guy in the world. I don't know anything about him. But it's clear, football knowledge-wise, he doesn't know much.
Yep.
Now he's brought on Brady, and then also another minority owner is Richard Seymour.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pretty good football player in his day with the Raiders and the Patriots, the linemen. But certainly Tom Brady, maybe the greatest of all time. So now he is orchestrating and getting more and more leverage to call the shots of this football franchise. They're needing a general manager who's a very important part of a team concept and the tree of leadership on a team, and a head coach. And Brady's got his fingerprint on it, which I think is a good thing. I think Davis is, and in fact he said when he brought him on, he said, I'm going to let him run more this football team because I think he's trying to say, without saying, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I think that it is definitely needed at this point, and it's it's been needed for many years for him to do this, bring somebody in who knows what they're doing to make the decisions on who the football ops people and the coaches and all those people are going to be. That's why the team has run through so many coaches over this time, is because they haven't had somebody who knows this is a coach that'll be here for 10, 15 years. Or this is a GM that can run our franchise and actually put it in a good position to win games. And so, yeah, I think this is a really good thing. And having both positions open at the same time, I think is great as well, because what's going to happen, I'm calling right now, Ben Johnson's going to get the head coach job, and he's going to bring a GM with him.
Sure.
And those two, the thing is, if you can get two guys to work together in tandem and not have any sort of like spats about things, that's when your team is going to run at its most efficient level.
We're back here again talking to Coach Broussard. I said, go get something to eat. She's sitting there just looking all nice. I said, go get something to eat. Wolf it down. So go take advantage of it. That's part of being a guest here at Pete's Inn. All right, so Mike Tomlin, there was talk about him being traded as a head coach to another team, and Tomlin quickly said, I have a no-trade clause in my contract. I ain't going anywhere. I'm coming back 2025 with the Steelers. I'm staying here unless they don't want me. So he said, y'all can – his – end of the season press conference on Tuesday, he said, I'm not going anywhere. You can all cut cut the chit chat about that. He's talking to the media. Said, "I ain't going anywhere." So he's not going. It's a tired franchise. I think a change is needed for Pittsburgh. A new coach, a new breath of fresh air. It's like the same old. They've lost, 6 or 7 playoff games in a row.
Yeah.
So it's not where it should be or where it once was. He's not going anywhere. The Bears and the Saints looking for coaches. Apparently, the Packers coach catching a little heat now. They said they kind of underachieved. So, but here's the thing, as I talked about yesterday, who do you go get? I mean, who's the marquee? If you went to right now and said, okay, and the Raiders are seeing this, and the Cowboys, I mean, they're not out there hanging around like used to. A lot of these guys retired. A lot have passed away. So the pool of a good quality, dependable, successful track record head coach out there in the National Football League, not out there right now, is it? Not much.
Not as a head coach, for sure. I mean, there's a couple names. I mean, McCarthy now being out there is somebody who's established, and he's had really good winning records over the course of years. Obviously, in the playoffs, there hasn't been as much success. Pete Carroll's a name that's been tossed out there in a couple places. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is, like you say, mostly unproven coordinators who are coming in and trying to put their stamp on things as they come into a new organization. But honestly, I think Tomlin, the Steelers are in such a bad place because they win just enough games every year.
Keep everybody happy.
They win just enough.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season as the coach of the Steelers.
18 years, I think he's been there.
Hasn't had a losing season.
Yeah.
But in the last 6, they've won no more than 11 games.
Yeah.
And when you win 9, 10 games in a season and you get a playoff berth as a wild card, that's not doing you any favors because you're going to get creamed in the first game, and then you're going to have a draft pick that's the 18th pick. You can't get a new quarterback. That's why they're in the quarterback purgatory. Like they just don't have what is necessary right now to get out of the hole they're in unless they just have a bad season. I think they need a bad season. They need to be bad.
That's interesting.
Otherwise,
I agree.
right now, what they're doing right now is going to continue happening because Tomlin's a good coach. So he gets what happens is he gets the best that he can out of what he's got, and then his team is just competitive enough to make the playoffs, and they're still stuck because they've got no quarterback.
Hello to Jennifer Beckham. Hello to Sherry Burrell. Let me say hello to some folks who will break down the playoffs before I let him go. Stacy Knowles. Hello to Scotty Regan. Thank you all for watching. These are all new names. Again, we have big news to tell you next week about this show. Brenda Ferguson, hello to you. Danny Holden. Let's see, Matthew Baxter. I'm in sales. I beat her down. She's went to get some lunch. I love it. The Power of Persuasion. Hello to Beth Pendergraft. Hello to Geraldine Riddick. Hope I'm saying it right. Martha Allen. Hello to you. Alan Stein. Let me give you a couple of more, folks. If you're nice enough to say hello to me, everything you could be doing, every option you could be out there doing right now, and you're watching this show, not that it's a bad thing, but I just want to say thank you. If you're nice enough to say you're watching, I'm going to do my dead level best to say hello to you because you could be watching, doing anything else, but you're watching this show, and I cannot thank you enough. That's all I'm going to say. David Abney, and let's get one more. Michelle Myers and Christopher Robinson. Thank you all for watching the show. So here we go. Let's get the NFL playoffs. We'll let you go. Are you going to have a meat and cheese? You can get meat and cheese here, can't you? Cheese?
Can I just get meat and cheese?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well,
I'll see, but
you're welcome to get whatever you need. So here we go. Divisional round on Saturday. The Texans in Kansas City, number 4 against number 1. Chiefs, Texans. Who wins that one at 4:30?
I think the Chiefs, and the reason why is just their defense. I think is going to stifle the Texans. The Texans' offense has not been great, and obviously they played pretty well last week against the Chargers in the playoff game, although that game really wasn't their offense that did it. It was the defense, all those turnovers by the Chargers. So the way I see it, the Chiefs' defense is going to do a good job of handling the Texans' offense. The one wild card for me is the other way around. When the Chiefs' offense goes against the Texans' defense, how do things occur? Because last week, they showed the Texans that they can play defense pretty well against the Chargers and create some serious mistakes. So Mahomes sometimes will have a tendency to throw a few interceptions. We'll see if they can do that, but the way I see it, the Chiefs probably going to roll at home in Arrowhead in some pretty cool temperatures.
Hello, Tim Garner. Hello to Tyler Randolph. Thank you for watching. Yeah, they're getting ready to get that Arctic Blast we're getting ready to get next week. Yep. Hello to Tommy Davenport. Hello to Doug Regal. Hope I'm saying it right. Stacy Dills. And let's get you one more, Scotty Regan. Thank you all for watching. Those are new names. So the night game, the Lions, number 1 seed against the Commanders, NFC on Saturday evening, 8 o'clock. Dome Stadium in Detroit, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Ben Johnson, is that a distraction for this football team that there's a pretty good shot now? The word is he's going to go be the head man of the Raiders. So is that a distraction enough to be a distraction? The Lions could possibly get knocked off by a team that clearly looked pretty good down in Tampa Bay. Washington looked pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the Lions are going to have a great game offensively against the Commanders, and I predict this is where the Commanders offense kind of takes a step back, and it's not necessarily because the Lions have some great defense or anything. I mean, they're super hurt defensively, but we saw what the Lions did last week or 2 weeks ago against the Vikings in this regular season finale, and how they just really schemed everything up to stop Sam Darnold and that Vikings offense. And I think that Aaron Glenn, who is another head coach candidate, the DC for the Lions, he's definitely got the ability to put a scheme together to stop Jaden Daniels and that Commanders offense.
We're looking at the weather for Philadelphia on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. The weather on Sunday for Philly will be 36 for the high, 20 for the low. No snow for that one. And then we go to the Buffalo. I know they got snow in Buffalo. I'm pretty sure I was read where it's going to be snow. Let's see, on Sunday, snow showers, 20% chance, but the high's going to be 21. And so they'll play that one at 6:30, so as the evening wears on in Buffalo, it ain't going to be 21, which is not exactly a heat wave anyway. So you're probably talking upper teens by the time the game's over, trying to kick and catch what would look to be and feel like probably a cinder block, a cold football. So on Sunday, the Eagles, number 2 seed, hosting the Rams, 3 o'clock kickoff. Who do you take there?
Yeah, that's the game of the week, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the two teams, you see what happened during the regular season. Back in week 4, the Ravens destroyed the Bills, just wiped the floor with them in Buffalo, and that's not something that you typically see, going on the road and then destroying whoever it is you play, especially when it's a team as fortuitous as the Bills. And I think when you look at this playoff matchup, the difference that I see is the size of the two teams. Ravens offense is huge. They got massive people on the line. Derrick Henry is massive out of the backfield. The Bills defense is small. Their defense does not have a ton of really big players in the middle of their defense. Their nose tackle is Ed Oliver, who really is more of a pass rusher as a defensive tackle than a run stopper. And so when you look at that, I think the Ravens have a massive advantage offensively against the Bills' defense, which is kind of beat up and just kind of small compared to what they've got to offer. On the other side, though, the Bills' offense has been clicking and has the ability to go off for 40 points in a random game. And the Ravens' defense is good, I think, but just they're not consistent. And so I'm interested to see how that matchup goes. But overall, I think I would pick the Ravens just because I think that advantage offensively is just a little bit too strong for the Bills to overcome.
So you got the Chiefs, the Lions, the Eagles, and the Bills, all right?
And the Ravens. You're
taking the Ravens?
Ravens, yeah.
I'm taking them too. Ravens. So Chiefs, Lions, Eagles, and the Ravens. That's going to be your final 4 after the smoke clears. Last thing, he's a baseball guy. He's an Oakland A guy who's getting ready to play in, where are they playing? Sacramento?
They're the Athletics now. They're not the Oakland Athletics.
No, just the Athletics. But they went and signed the Japanese kid. Did you see that?
They did, yeah. Pretty cool.
What's his name? Is Morley? Morley?
Morigi or something like that, I think.
Is it Morigi?
I think Morigi.
It's spelled M-O-R-L-I or something like that. Anyways.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be Morley. It's
Morley.
one of those two.
Yeah, they signed him for a he's 18 years old, $1.15 million signing bonus. So
yeah.
They're spending some money.
Yeah, international amateur free agent. So that typically those sorts of players for the A's, they don't tend to pan out. So I'm hoping that they do this time.
Yeah.
But the A's have done this with multiple players. They've done it. They did it with a kid named Lazaro Armenteros. The other, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, he was a 16-year-old. They signed out of Cuba, and then he didn't really work out. So I'm hopeful that this guy from Japan, Mori, Shotaro Mori.
Shotaro Mori, S-H-O-T-A-R-O, Shotaro M-O-R-I-I, Shotaro Mori. Shotaro Mori, $1.5 million deal, 18-year-old kid.
Yep.
Reckon he'd come to Buffet Pizza Inn a few times, making a 1.5, was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But that's okay. If they said we're going to pay you 1.5 to do this show, I'd go, well, you're done, but I'll take it. Let me give you my bank account where you can direct deposit those checks. So absolutely. Man, I appreciate you. In fact, I was going to look here, when does your team report? Let's see here. Cactus League. The Athletics on February the 12th, so not that far away, pitchers and catchers.
Yep.
Earliest will be the Cubbies on the 9th, so Major League Baseball spring training right around the corner.
Yeah.
Brendan Sweeney, Associate Athletic Director of Milligan University. Everything you want to know about Milligan sports is milliganbuffs.com.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Great job.
Absolutely.
As
Love
always.
being here.
Yep. Love to have him on the show. All right, quick break. She's here. She's going to join us right after this. She is our buddy, Coach Kelly Broussard, the Betsy swim coach. We'll wrap things up right after this from Northeast Community Credit Union on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tom Taylor Sports Show got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or BeMyCU.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
This is Pastor Fallow, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church in Elizabethton, and we'd love to have you come be with us. You and your family be with us on Sunday. I'm standing here in the lobby at our visitors table, our welcome table, and there's packets made up with tells you a little more about the church and get acquainted card, and then also a mug and some things in there for you to take with you to remind you to pray for us. And we've got a place for you and your family. We want you to come. Our goal is for you to know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. But beyond that, to find your purpose and contentment in life of knowing Him, walking with Him, and serving Him each day. And so we want you and your family to come be with us Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Wednesday night. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. You can find a little more information about us online at pleasantbeachbaptist.com.
What do I want to be when I grow up? I want to be a fireman.
When I was a kid, I totally wanted to be a firefighter.
Why? Well, if there's a fire, someone has to put it out. And I like fire trucks.
I didn't realize this until later, but what I really wanted to do was help people.
Also, you might get to save a cat if it's up a tree.
My social studies teacher, Mr. Willis, he's the one that helped me realize that.
My teacher says firefighters are important.
Today, I fight fires in a different way. I'm an electrical engineer designing smoke detectors.
Oh, and one more thing. The firehouse has a really cool dog, a Dalmatian.
And get this, I'm also a volunteer firefighter in my hometown.
Thank you, Mr. Willis.
Thanks for the inspiration. I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Willis.
You help make their dreams possible. We can do the same for you.
We're back on the Tom Dooley Sports Show. Hello to Melody Yamball. I guess how you say it. Y-A-M-B-A-W. Hope I got that right. Hello to Nancy Medeiros. Hello, these are new names. Amber Tabor. Thank you, Chris Piper. More insulation companies watching. Thanks, Stephen Morrell. Mally Acres. Paul Case. Let's get one more here. Sue Good and Shannon Pratt. Thank you all for watching. We're here live again at the Pizza Inn. What'd you have to eat, lady?
I had 2 pieces of vegetarian pizza.
Good.
And a salad, nice big salad with some beets and cottage cheese and pasta.
We don't talk about the vegetarian pizza much. They have that too. We have the dessert pizza, we have the regular pizzas, and we have the vegetarian pizza.
My favorite, that cherry dessert. Oh.
The cherry dessert, the Gilmore.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And the Bavarian pizza. Oh.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous, but I'm gonna live dangerously and eat some here in a minute. So.
Good.
The swim team, we're doing regionals this weekend, is that right?
Saturday.
Saturday,
yes.
in the pool,
So
in the tank.
Right in the midst of our taper right now. Kids are, so we do what are called broken, so they'll swim their event, and they break at the 25 or the 50 for so many seconds, so they get a little rest within the event they're doing at practice. And that really gives us a good idea of where they are and what kind of time they're going to swim on Saturday. So the beginning of the week, we can see the difference between beginning of the week, then they slowly get faster midweek. So it gets pretty exciting by the time Friday comes around.
You swam in college, did you not?
I did.
Now, was it last year or 2 years ago, you went somewhere and brought home a big-time medal, even as a post-collegiate swimmer. Tell us about that.
So there's masters swimming for anyone 18 and older, and they divide that up into age groups, like 18 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, so by 5-year increments. So I was in the 50 to 54 age group, which I still am, and they have a Masters National. So they do two per year, one in the spring, that's short course, which is about the length which is the length of our pool here, the 25 yards, and they have one in the end of July or beginning of August. That's long course, so that's the Olympic length pool, 50 meters. So I went to Sarasota, Florida in August last year, or I guess it was 2023, and came back with a gold medal for the 200 freestyle. My age group.
There you go.
Yeah. Silver in my 200 IM.
National gold medal.
Yes.
Number 1 in the country.
Yes.
National gold medal.
Yeah.
Big time stuff. I'm sitting beside a celeb. So there you go. I like it. She's a neat lady.
Well, it makes me a better coach.
Makes you a better coach. So when she barks at the kids and instructs them and teaches and coaches them, she's been there, done that. So she can come with authority. It's like, okay, they put me out there to be the swim coach. I don't know what I'm doing. But she does, because she's not only did it, but she's done it successfully. National champion in the Masters division. What'd you do? 200?
200 freestyle.
200 freestyle, which is the Tarzan swim, right?
Yes.
That's what I call it, the Tarzan swim.
Yes, except with your head down.
Right. I'm country. What is freestyle? I said, is that like on the Tarzan movies? First time I ever said it a couple years ago. I guess. You are a country boy. Yes, ma'am.
You
I
have
am.
a lot to learn. No.
I do. I do. You're right. So the freestyle, she won it. So she's brought that back as coaching the Elizabethton swim team, and they're going to the regionals this Saturday at the Aquatic Center here in Kingsport in the Tri-Cities, here in Kingsport, Tri-Cities, Tennessee. So it's a big deal. Yes. And so it's almost like teaching. You teach for the test, you train for the regionals.
Exactly. Our
Yeah.
whole season is designed around this meet Saturday.
Yeah. There you go.
And then hopefully we have someone that goes beyond that, qualifies for state, and will compete again in Knoxville the beginning of February.
It's awesome. So
with great anticipation.
Yes.
Saturday morning. It's
absolutely.
going to be really fun. And we came in with a game plan, and we got the psych sheet yesterday. We were looking at the psych sheet. We said, yep, because I told you, when was it here, Monday?
Yes.
And I told you every single one of our swimmers should make it back for finals, because it's a prelim final meet, and that's exactly what's going to happen,
awesome.
Without a doubt. So.
And again, in swimming in Tennessee, for you out-of-state folks, they lump all the schools, unfortunately, together. So you're in there with the big boys.
Yep.
The schools that have 2,000 and 3,000 kids statewide, and the private schools that openly recruit their swim teams, and we know that. And that's just the way it is. That's a fact.
Yep.
And then you have a school the size of Elizabeth and 850 or 60 kids.
Yep.
9 through 12 out there duking it out with the big boys, and we hang it right there with them, because this lady right here has brought the fundamentals to the pool to teach these kids how to do it right. And so we're looking forward to getting a report back next week about how things went at regional.
And I'm so lucky to have a group of kids that are willing to just work that hard with this population that we have, to have the good quality that we have. That's a testament to the kind of mentality and how these kids are being raised.
Yep. And that's the stepping stone to the state. So we'll cover that when we get to see how many kids will qualify for the state.
Yes.
You have brought, this is a fundraiser, you have brought bags.
Yes.
I bought 5 of these today, and I love them.
Yes.
I got some of these and gave them as Christmas presents. Practicality, so here it is.
So on one side,
this
we got
is on one
Tuffy.
side, the Elizabethton Cyclone Tuffy. On the other side, it says, which I thought, this is kind of a mesh. It's not plastic.
It's a woven
mesh.
BYOB. Bring your own bag.
Bring your own bag.
Go Cyclones.
These are fundraisers for the swim team.
Yeah.
And so we bought some of these today from her.
So two good causes.
Yeah, asked her to bring them by, and she did. And
better
so
for the environment and a fundraiser for our team.
Yes.
Yep.
Somebody's saying, I'm trying to get down where they're wishing you good luck. Let's see who it is here for it. Good luck to the swim team. Coretta Clowney, who her son's the FCA director in Johnson City. She started watching the show, and we've hooked her.
Oh, good.
She's in Union.
Thank you.
She's in Union, South Carolina. She says,
Oh,
good
wow.
luck to the team.
Thank you.
What a sweetheart. Thank you, ma'am. Kim Fontana. Let's see who else. Wade Bradley. Johnny Wright. I would assume that's a lady because it ends in IE. Helena Norris. Austin Ferrier. Michael Ritchie. And Faith, P-A-H-L. Paul, maybe? Faith Paul.
Yeah.
These are new names.
Yeah.
Watching the show. Vicky Ford. Tony Danspit. Credit Clown says, sorry I'm late. She watches every day.
Aw.
We could be doing a tractor pull. We could be doing an Uno tournament. Credit's right there watching. Bless her heart.
Fun.
Yes. Neat lady.
She's going to know just as much as you do watching the show all the
Oh,
time.
She does. She probably knows more than I do. That's why I bring in guests like Kelly Broussard, Coach K, because I don't know anything about swimming. I mean, I called the freestyle the Tarzan swim, so stroke, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm learning.
People
so.
relate to that. So, yeah, I think that's good. When you say that, people that don't know swimming that are watching, oh, yeah, okay, I got it.
Unfortunately, tell me if I'm wrong, I think unfortunately we pay a lot of attention to swimming when the Olympics are on, the Summer Olympics. The rest of the time, folks forget there's high school swimming, there's collegiate swimming, and it's a big deal. NCAA champions, I mean, it's a big thing. But is that a fair statement that the general public doesn't know a lot about swimming, and they kind of just tend to go, okay, there's swimming in the pool in Summer Olympics, we'll watch?
Well, yeah, it's very true, and it's sad. Swimming usually sees an uptick. We see an uptick in swimming lessons and kids joining the teams during Olympic years. It fizzles out then, and I just believe that people get into and will watch what the media promotes, and what the media says is worthwhile to watch, and the media doesn't help us out at all. We don't get the screen time, we don't get the TV time, we don't get any of that. Whereas you go to Germany, Australia, the Netherlands, Italy, France, the swimmers there are treated like NFL players are here. The media there promotes it.
Celebs.
There's articles in the paper about swimming all the time in foreign countries. Yeah,
It's interesting.
I know, because that's my bill-paying job. I see newspapers from all these other countries all the time, and there's swimmers in them all year long, all the time. So that's my opinion on it. I really believe that pretty strongly. And I don't know what to do to change it. NIL isn't going to do swimming programs any favors either, because schools, from what we're seeing or what we're hearing, is a lot of Division I schools now are going to cut their swim teams because they need to allocate the funds to pay their football players and their basketball players. So they're going to cut their teams.
Didn't
what
know
they're
that.
predicting is only about 30 Division I schools will keep their swim teams. The rest, if you want to swim, you're going to have to swim on what the school will call a club team. So, and that's going to affect the Olympics, because in the U.S. we have a great collegiate swimming. It's just a whole organization, and swimmers from around the world swim for schools here in the U.S. because they don't have that ability in their own countries. So they come here to continue to swim. Well, what are they going to do when now there's fewer programs to swim for? How is that going to affect the Olympics in the future? It's going to be really interesting.
Interesting. So because of football and basketball, the big schools are cutting their swim programs to allocate that money over to the football and basketball players and programs. Thus, they're canceling swimming. And so as a result of that, the quality of swimming is going to go down. Our Olympians will not be as good as qualified to get to the Olympics. I guess that would drive me more than I suppose that I know we're going to have a school like a Milligan that has a swim program. It's very strong and that down to that level maybe is where you go. I've read the same thing about soccer. They're doing the same. They're cutting all these sports back in college to make sure that the footballers and the basketballers have the money and the NIL and the different things to fund those programs, which is totally wrong, obviously. So that because the minor sports, as we call it, the volleyballs, the soccers, the wrestlings, the swimming, don't get the publicity. I mean, we haven't done a meet this year, but at least I get the coach on to talk about it. So at least you're hearing it from that standpoint. We streamed a meet last year.
Our senior night.
Had 3,000 or 4,000 views. It was amazing. I'm down there getting splashed on it. It was black. I mean, we set up at the end of the pool, and when they made the flip, they slung water up on it. It was really neat. Didn't want to be electrocuted, but it was pretty cool.
You're right in there.
We were far enough away, but it actually had water hitting up on me on occasion. That's how close we were to the action. So it's a fun sport. It's a demanding sport. But this lady does it well, and we appreciate her being an Elizabethan. So the bags are good.
Yes, they are.
And so they're $10 a pop. They can get them from you. I know they sell them at the jeweler's bench because her kid's on the team. So if you want these bags, here, Mrs. Taylor, try that right there and see what you think. Bring your own bag. Go Cyclones. So $10 a piece, and the money goes to fund the program.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
So you're going to sell them till you run out, correct?
Well, and these kinds of things, these fundraisers have helped us put over $70,000 worth of facility improvements into our pool area in the last 2 years. So every penny counts.
Absolutely. You're awesome. So we go to the regional this weekend at the Aquatic Center in Kingsport. At some point next week, man, we'd like to have a report to come back and tell us.
Yes.
We don't care if they all fall flat on the face, which they won't. We don't care. We want you to come back and promote these kids. If you want to bring some of them with you, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
We'll make arrangements to do that next week. Is that good?
Perfect.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
She's class. Appreciate it very much. Quick break. We've got our little buddies here. Yes, Carrie Taylor's in the house, and she's going to be on the screen next to wrap this up on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. She's always going, God, why did he even come? Why does he do this to me? Because she has done a lot for this show. She joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Taylor Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and the folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabethton, 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're back. We're ready to go. Andrew Lewis, Northeast Community Credit Union. Readers are winners. Year number 2. We're jacked up to do it again this year.
We're so excited.
Yep, we are excited. And so it's a chance for these kids at Eastside Elementary, Westside Elementary, and Harold McCormick Elementary win some cool prizes for reading. What's going on?
The first 9 weeks, we're going to be giving out those cool water bottles. Second 9 weeks, T-shirts.
T-shirts with a new design.
Absolutely. New color, all that fun stuff. The third 9 weeks, we're going to have a sweet new sticker. We'll get more into that later. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Whole point is readers are winners. Year number 2 at the 3 elementary schools in Elizabethton City Schools. Thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union. They're paying for all this to their corporate sponsor, and we love them for doing that. The bottom line is leaders are readers, readers are winners. Year number 2, getting ready to get started up soon, like right now, right away, for all these youngsters, again, at Harold McCormick, Westside and Eastside Elementary. Big thanks to the Northeast Community Credit Union for partnering with us to do Readers Are Winners in Elizabethton City Schools. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show to wrap it up here. We bring in the heavy artillery to end of this thing. So this is Mildred. We call her Mildred. That's her nickname. It's Carrie Taylor. I'm kind of dwarfing you. Something. Oh, you got a black jacket on. I couldn't figure out why. Yeah,
Blending in with
you're blending. You're a blender. How you doing, lady?
Hanging in there.
Hanging. So all the graphics, what you just saw, the Readers Are Winners promo, she does all this for us. She's my right-hand girl. Right-hand lady. She's not a girl, right-hand lady. Her son's going to shoot the camera Saturday morning for the John Clark Classic. Tucker Taylor, love him to death. Jason, her husband, is a Reds fan, so I love him too. We are hoping this year we can maybe do something. So I got a new manager. So anyway, are we related? We are not.
And a Commanders fan.
And a Commanders fan. Well, we stopped there. I'm a Raiders guy, but he's a Commanders fan, yes. But Jason and I are Reds fans for sure. So anyway, these folks, her family does a great job for me or she does a great job for me on this show. All the graphics you see, every time we do a promo, it's hers. And no 2 promos. We've been together September, October, November, December, January. We've been together 16 months. She's never made the same promo. They're different every time, which I don't see how she does it, but she does it, and we're glad she does, and she works for me, and I appreciate it. She's a great lady. So we've got, see, yours is playing soccer, which that's not far away. It's really hard to believe. I was talking to Minton the other day, and they're talking graduation, starting playing for graduation. It's January, but it just keeps going by. Moving right along. Valentine's Day up next, then spring break and Easter and St. Patty's Day and graduation, and you get into spring football practice and the spring sports, and soccer being one of them. Boys soccer they should be pretty good this year, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should be pretty good. They start scrimmaging at the end of end of February.
Start scrimmaging? Wow. Hard to believe. Baseball schedule, got it the other day. Softball schedule, we'll be doing that. We've got basketball right in the heart of basketball now. Got the Milligan baseball and softball schedule. We'll be doing those. So we're busy, and we like it. So anyway, she stopped by, and we're going to figure things out. We got a big announcement next week, don't we?
Yep.
As Barney's told Andy, it's big, 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 big. So did you ever watch Andy Griffith? You like Andy?
Yep.
What was your favorite TV show growing up you watched?
Well, I loved Happy Days when I was young. Yeah. I
loved
Happy Days.
You ever
and
watch
then the Dukes of Hazzard?
Dukes?
Oh, yeah.
Bo?
That was big at our house, yeah.
John Schneider?
Yeah.
Or Tom Wopat? Which one?
The John Schneider, I think.
Yeah.
The dark-headed one.
The dark-head's Tom Wopat.
Yeah.
Dark-head got you?
Yeah.
Tore you up? Yeah. I understand. I met John Schneider last year. He was down in Newport. Went down for they were bringing in anyway, at the Bulls Gap racetrack, and we got to meet John Schneider. Very nice guy. A born-again Christian, very, very nice guy, John Schneider. And Tom Wopat. And, of course, the lady's name is Catherine Bach. Is that right?
I think
Daisy
so.
Duke?
Yeah.
So you were a Happy Days. Who was your favorite actor in Happy Days? Fonzie?
Of course.
Was it?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. He'd hit that jukebox, start playing. What was his girlfriend's name? Pinky?
Tuscadero.
She knew it. Boom. Pinky Tuscadero. Yep. You ever watch the old episode? You ever go back and watch them?
Every once in a while. Not that often, but every once in a while if I stumble across it.
Yeah. Cool show. Ron Howard, who's Opie, of course, it was on there. So there was Ralphie and Chachi. Who was the other big guy's name running around with Richie Cunningham? It was Ralph and one started with an M.
I feel like they call him Pons?
Potsy.
Potsy.
Ralphie and Potsy, I think.
Ralph
Mouth, there you go. And Richie Cunningham and Mrs. C was the mama. And Mr. C was the daddy, and the little girl's sister's name was Joni. There you go.
And he had a brother named Chuck.
Chuck, that's it.
That went upstairs and never came back.
Never came back down. Nope. Interesting. So she's a big Happy Days fan. So, all right. So you go ask you another question. Musically speaking, any concert you go to, anybody you go see right now, whether dead or alive, go back and catch a concert of somebody. Who would you go see? I got you front.
Well, I've got like my favorites that I've been to, but I've also got one that I've never been to and would love to see, which is Celine Dion. I would love to see her in concert.
Celine Dion in concert, okay.
Yeah. Dead Prince.
Prince?
I saw him once while he was living. Amazing.
Okay.
And then Foreigner. I love Foreigner.
Foreigner. First time I did Love Notes when I was doing a TFM, I played a song and it was I wasn't supposed to play it because it was not a designated song. But the song was Fool For You Anyway. Remember that, Foreigner?
Yeah.
Slow song. Loved it. And the people loved it. So you like Celine Dion. Who's the other one?
Prince.
And Foreigner. Why are you writing these down? Because Christmas is coming. So
Christmas just passed.
Christmas is coming. We're thinking way down the road here. Hello, Larry Edwards. Hello to Molly Sard. So your favorite television show is Happy Days. Good job back in the day. Yeah. Celine Dion, Prince, and Foreigner. Can't go wrong with any of those. Are you an Elvis fan?
Oh, my mom was a huge Elvis fan, so just from being in the room with her, I know a lot of Elvis songs. Yeah.
Sit down and watch the movie the other night with London. She's watched it 29 times. The most recent Elvis. Pretty good. I mean, it didn't. It is what it is.
At the movie theater, it was okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Didn't wow me like it did her, but that's okay. New generation. Then we're going down the road. I think I've told the story before. Hello, Richard Tanner. How you doing? She is 15 years old, so we're going down the road about a year or so ago. She said, "Hey, Granddad." I said, "Yeah, have you ever heard of this group that's named after a bug?" So, of course, I'm driving. I'm thinking, group named after a bug. And I'm thinking crickets. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. And I said, no. She said, the Beatles? Well, I'm thinking the Beatles aren't spelled like the bug Beatles. That's 2 E's. The Beatles. Oh, yeah. You ever heard of them? I said, yeah, I think I know a little bit about them. John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Yep. So, which was really cool because in this movie, and then I watched a documentary over Christmas on Elvis, and they interviewed the Beatles, and the Beatles said, if it wasn't for Elvis, it wouldn't be the Beatles. I thought that was pretty cool. John Lennon said, had it not been for Elvis Presley, we'd never been the Beatles. We watched him growing up when we could catch him on whatever, on the BBC, when we were in Liverpool. Excuse me. So had there not been an Elvis, the Beatles, he was a motivator, and they said, what was the highlight of your career? One of the highlights, and the late John Lennon said, with our question, they got a chance to meet Elvis in L.A., in Bel Air one night, and they jammed with Elvis about 2 or 3 in the morning. There's supposed to be a pirate tape out there. I've never seen it, where the Beatles and Elvis jammed in this hotel room together, which I thought would be really neat. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yep. Things you learn. She looked at me like, why did you bring me down here to Pizza and talk about Elvis and the Beatles and Happy Days? Because I want to introduce everybody and tell everybody who you are.
No.
You don't. She's okay. It's like, are we done now? We can be. Are you done? You ready to leave? You're turning beet red, so are we done? I guess we can be. So I just wanted you to know the success we have on the show. This young lady helps out in a big way, and we appreciate that. All the graphics, and we're getting ready to order the last piece of equipment yesterday. Good night. I've ordered the same piece of equipment 3 times. They got how do you get the numbers wrong? So I made the guy tell me yesterday, I said, tell me the number back. And so he told me, he said, how'd they get it wrong? I said, I don't know. It's your company. So hopefully we get this 3rd piece of equipment in, and Shane's going to get this installed, and we're going to take this to a brand new level for 2025. Graphics and all this is going to be totally different, and we're looking forward to that. So anyway, you're free to leave if you want to go back over there and go get you something to eat.
Okay.
Go get you some lunch. Is this your, look here, this is great. Credit Clown says, is this your daughter? Oh, no. You're never on the show again, ever again. Wow. Is this your daughter? Oh, she works for me. Just happens to be the same last name. So that's awesome. Credit, you just made my day. Is this your daughter? I will never hear the end of that one. I'll never live that one down. Anyway, thanks for watching the show. Let's give you the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We'll do that and get out of here and let you get on with your day. We certainly thank you. We'll be back tomorrow at Food City here in Elizabeth and kicking off the weekend. Let's give you the verse today. Again, we always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross, and we unashamedly tell you that. So it is Psalms 34:7 today is the verse today, and it says, the angel of the Lord. Now think of this. The angel of the Lord, he tells them, angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Man, how about that? That is awesome. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. What a good way to end the show. Thanks for watching. Our guest today, Kelly Broussard, swim coach. Eddie Morrell, the wrestling coach from Elizabethton High School. Jacob Forrest from David Collins and Company, the real estate company, one of our sponsors. And also a big thank you to Brendan Sweeney, the assistant athletic director from Milligan University, and Carrie Taylor, who is not my daughter. I will never hear the end of that. She will, anytime, she will come up and say, hey, Dad. Hey, Daddy. I said, no. So, anyway, see you back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We'll be ready to roll. We'll be live at Food City here in Elizabethton. Until then, we'll tell you, as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,218 today. The Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Pizza Inn here in Elizabethton, where the buffet during the day is $10.99. The buffet tonight is $11.99. You can do fundraisers. I thought that was neat. From 4 to 9 on Mondays, any organization will come in and do a fundraiser. You get 12% of the net sales. That ain't bad bread. He said the Unicoi County Cheerleaders raised $300 one night. That ain't bad. Just come in and eat and walk out here with money. It's a great way to do a fundraiser for your organization. So, again, he said the choir's going to come do it. The cheerleaders going to come do it. So, you can do it too. Just get in touch with Eric Wilson, the general manager here at Pizza Inn. Until then, we join you tomorrow at 11 o'clock from Food City. We'll say, as always, bloom where you're planted and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2218 today from right here at Pizza Inn in Elizabethton on the